So as the baby boomers get older and we all begin to have our parents or our loved ones get a little bit older to the point where it's not so easy for them to take care of themselves, what do? You either take time off or you find another way to get them the help, the non-medical help, even the activities of daily living and things that they need to do just to get through and make things easier. There's a service here in town now has made their way onto the Santa Clarita scene, Home Care Services Santa Clarita. I'd like to introduce Rick Ferrante. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Now this is, and we were talking off the air a little bit, and I know for a fact, my parents, as they got older, and their health began to take a turn, it's not so much the medical stuff like we were talking, it is the activities for daily living, making sure that they've got the help, even such things as housekeeping, such things as making sure that things are in order and stuff that they can't quite get to, whether because of the physical or mental issues that kind of come about with age. So tell me a little bit about what you guys offer.
Yeah, even things like transportation, that's a big one. You think about it and you think about, the stuff that we take for granted and just getting in the car and going down to the store. And what we have is a situation where you have all these activities like we talked about of daily living that it's a good news problem, right? This is a good news situation. We're living longer. We're spending that length of time in an active and healthy way. But we just need a little bit of help. There isn't those resources for people who, look, we're not kids any longer than we used to be. We're not sitting in a hospital bed on our back for many more years. We're spending those years in a vibrant and active way. But we just need that little bit of help. And kind of transportation, driving becomes an early one. And then just getting around, helping in the house, cooking, cleaning. And then as we age, even some additional things that dressing, bathing, and some other things that basically we're not ready right now at this point to get into a nursing home.
Right.
And we want people to age in place. But we just need a little bit of help. And there's an option here, so you can call a company like ours and hire a caregiver. But for some people, that option's not available, or it's only partially available. Okay, so there's a few hours a day, or a bunch of hours a day, whatever it is. But then a lot of that role falls onto family member.
Exactly.
Okay, so where is that help for that family member? Where are those resources? We have help for kids. We've got a lot of things in this town for kids, families, growing families. We have health care for seniors. So the other end of the spectrum, seniors, we have senior center, wonderful senior center down there. But that group that's in the middle that just needs that little bit of help, not ready for that assisted living facility, not ready for the end here, but just needs that little bit of help. We need those resources. Our community hasn't caught up to that yet. And I was looking at a statistic, there's 39% of Americans are taking care of somebody, a loved one, in their home. 39%, 4 out of 10 people that you're looking at are taking care of somebody in their home. That's up from 30% 5 years ago. So in 5 short years, it's increased that much. We're just not ready for this, George.
Exactly.
Our communities and so on, we don't have all those resources and facilities. So what we're trying to do is say, look, yes, we can provide caregivers as a resource in terms of hiring and professional ones that we've screened and trained and managed, et cetera. But we're also providing information to people who those resources haven't been there before or still aren't. We're like I said, still catching up. So we put together a lot of information that we use to train the caregivers that we train and put it together and kind of repurpose it for families. So if you're the person in your family that has to either full-time or partially do that job, and George, it's a job.
It is a job.
It's a second job.
Been there, done that, and trying to manage everything else, and even the stress it create, even by its nature of how much time you're spending on that, it could create stress in the home unnecessarily.
It's frustration and safety, right? Both for the person providing the care as well as receiving it. And look, it's not, brain surgery here. This isn't stuff that you've got to, that kind of training. But it is surprisingly how much you can get yourself into a situation where it is unsafe, and then how frustrating it can be by doing things not effectively.
Right.
So if you have some of those resources, whether it's, sort of a combination, it's a partial thing, right? Hiring what you can for professionals that come in that help you, but also getting information just to help yourself, help that loved one. We took some of that training material and we put it on a site and a link, and you just call us and we give you that information and go out there and log on and go on that site, and has articles, a series of articles that kind of address this. What are the things that you need to do to be able to keep a active, vibrant person that just needs a little bit of help and help them? There's a series of videos out there. So you just give us a call. You can go out there and free information. So this is the kind of resources that we're trying to put together. And we sit around thinking and say, okay, what can we do? Obviously, we're in the business of it, but we're also part of this community. I've been in this community for a long time, and so have my staff. And we're trying to kind of incorporate all that as a full thing, and be part of the business community as well as be that resource that we just don't have enough of.
Exactly. And there's all kinds of information on your website, homecaresantaclarita.com. And it's not just in-home caregiver aid. There's also links to elder law attorneys, financial services, all kinds of other stuff, home modifications and safety. You want to check it out. Also, your number, 800 number, do you have a local number as well?
412-0710.
Outstanding.
And 800-808-4777.
There it is. And homecaresantaclarita.com. Rick Ferrante, thank you so much, because this is a service that's definitely needed here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Really appreciate you stopping by, and good luck with this endeavor. I think it's a really great opportunity for people to get some relief in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Great.
Terrific.
Thanks, George, for having me.